It has been 9 days since the Rams lost 31-27 to the Seahawks in the NFC Championship game, but time has not healed all wounds for everyone with the Rams just yet. At a press conference yesterday for his new contract extension, Sean McVay had this to say about that game.
I don't know. I might punish myself. That game the other day probably hurt even more than any loss I've ever been a part of. And it's probably because of the love for the team. So I don't know that I'll be tuning in for this one.
As a reminder, the Rams lost in the Super Bowl to a man that is sitting across from me. Do we believe?
Did.
Forgot about that.
Oh, you did? Yeah, I'm sure you did. Do you believe what Sean McVay is saying? This past loss hurt more than maybe the Super Bowl loss or any other?
I've never lost a Super Bowl, so I've only been to one, and
my
the one that I
goodness.
went to, I won, so I can't relate in that regard. But I think to what he's saying, the type of team what the aspirations were, I can understand it, but I got to imagine losing in that game. You think about you're losing in the Super Bowl, the confetti's falling. And I would tell people the 2 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl, nobody envisions what it's going to feel like if you come up short. That entire time, all you're thinking about is everything that's going to come after you win the Super Bowl. So it's hard for me to believe that a conference championship loss hurts worse than that Super Bowl loss because there are so many plans being made, so much goes into it. So to get to that point and to fall short, to have all the Super Bowl after party and all the festivities that are already planned out.
Yeah.
I remember going with my brother and he lost that game. You still go to the after party because all your friends and family want to be there and you're trying to celebrate a terrific season that just came up one game short, which feels nearly impossible. So I hear McVay, but I'm not believing that one hurts or stings more than the Super Bowl loss back in 2019.
I say?
I'm inclined to agree with J-Mac because the Super Bowl is the Super Bowl. I heard Jeff talking about the loss to New Orleans and what that felt like for you, so you would know. All I can go by, my only reference material is the people that I've covered and seeing what they were like after they lost. And when you lose a championship, that really, really, really hurts. I would say, however, where the believability factor for Sean kicks in is when you see how prolific this offense was. And you knew what it could do against anybody. Number one in total offense, number one in scoring offense, averaging 30 a game. Knowing that this could potentially be the end for Stafford to just do for 4,700 yards for you and 46 touchdowns. And he's talking about maybe not coming back. You're kind of wondering, is this it? Because where am I going to find another guy like that? That kind of thing. So, again, I can't imagine anything tougher than losing the Super Bowl. It's believable because if you remember when Sean McVay lost 13-3 to Belichick, he was like, I was outclassed, I'm young, I'm learning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He knows now, and he knows they should have had this game against Seattle. So, it's believable.
I agree. My loss to the Saints was by far my worst loss I ever. But I can believe McVay because of two things. One, they had a 16-point lead on the road and could have closed it out and had home field advantage that they didn't get. So Seattle gets it. Then they got to go back, and it's your nemesis, right? It's your division rival. And so those become painful because you know you were stopped not only for the Super Bowl, but also in your division. They get to go, and you got to go watch your division. Those are painful, right? Those are painful losses. And to your point, for him, Stephen A., maybe when he looked at the first loss, because I was actually at the game, I told J-Mac it was one of my favorite Super Bowls. My family, my wife and kids were there. They went back to the back. They were like, I ain't watching this nonsense. It was like 3-3 in the third quarter. But he lost to the greatest coach to do it. And you know, when you're talking about getting there and the experience he had, this one I think probably is more personal because of Mike McDonald in their division and losing it. So he felt that pain of losing that way and that game.
And remember the week prior when they played the Bears, he, after the game, said he felt like he called one of his worst games. He felt like they almost got away with one. That game wasn't very pretty at the end either. So maybe it was 2 weeks in a row feeling like, I just...
And your punter and Xavier Smith flopped the punt. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of circumstances that went in there, and your defense couldn't get a stop in time to get the ball back. They ultimately got the ball back. He could have could have kicked the field goal, pulled within a point. A couple of decisions he's probably questioned he should have made differently.
No doubt about it.
Definitely. All right, we got more first take coming up next. What is the
In the last minute, so I guess Fred came to the set. Then he saw his boss, got scared of him, and ran away.
That's what it seems like. Yeah, I think that sums it up.
Amazing.
The busing guys are on the way. Mm-hmm. I hear they're in the building as well. So
Okay.
excited about that.
Jed, do you see Fred down there somewhere? No. Got it. Jed's wait. I think he got scared of his Jed York shadow. I don't even know what to do. What do you want to talk about? Can we take a break again? We can't take a break. We're live on television for the rest of this thing. This didn't quite work out how we expected it to work out today, which is fine. You got anything? I got nothing to talk about. I got nothing. I know we're at Super Bowl.
I mean, what we just heard from Jed, I think hearing that from him, comparing it to those Bill Walsh Niners teams, I thought was
like the layers of resilience,
what
all
they're
of that.
made of. Like we were talking about it a little bit before the show. I do think like with that team, with what they went through this year, like I would have all the confidence in the world if I'm in that building after what they were able to do this year with all those injuries. Once they get healthy, if they can get healthy, if they can work out, whatever has been going on with those injuries, I would have all the confidence in the world they can win a Super Bowl next year.
We got Bussin' coming on. I think they talked to Vrabel. They've got that episode airing this afternoon, so we were going to try to promote it. I guess they're on time. Fred's going to flip for that. Nick Benito, Patrick Surtain, allegedly on the show. We'll get them on. Shadur Sanders, I hope will be on. They've got Pro Bowl, of course, tonight. I don't know. I don't know what else to really talk. How much are we going to vamp for? We don't know.
All the guys got here.
Okay. I don't quite know what to do from here. Seahawks, Patriots, Vrabel, they both, everyone just seemed dialed in last night, media night. I don't know, maybe we show, I know we're doing a parlay for FanDuel Sportsbook, you can see that. Maybe we can glare up our K-makers yet again and take a look at some of that as we vamp here. I wonder if the bookers could go grab Fred. But this is who I think will be scoring in the Super Bowl. If you're over at FanDuel Sportsbook, Jackson Smith and Jigba. Nice little return there at -110. This is, as close to something like a lock. I know we can't really say that or do that here, but that's as close as we could possibly get to that.
I'm really excited about the Hunter Henry one, to be honest. I think what the Rams did against the Seahawks a little bit and had some success with was really using their tight ends a lot, and I think the Patriots have the personnel to do that. I think that Hunter Henry run at plus 240 is kind of fun.
And then Rashid Shaheed, the speedster. We've got, you're going to scram, buddy. Can you do me a favor and walk Jed where he needs to go?
Absolutely.
I'd appreciate that. So
no problem. All right.
Say goodbye to you.
Yes.
I would just, please do that for me.
Absolutely.
Well.
Go around the other way.
Bussin' with the boys. Hi. How are you?
Wonderful.
Good to see you, Will Compton. You guys, sweet little lanyards here. We'll get you guys some waters. We'll have fun with you, of course. Excited to see you. You boys just don't sleep. What are you looking at? What are you looking at, Taylor?
I'm just soaking it in. We literally got here 2 seconds ago. Like, hey, you're going on right away.
I appreciate that. And
Can I take a sip?
Please.
take
Fred
a
Warner
sip.
came and saw Jed York and ran away. He ran away from the owner of the team. Can you imagine pulling that kind of move when you were?
That's that 5G cell tower they have right there. It's got his brain all messed up right now.
He's got thoughts about that. He says it's a non-thing. What are your takes on that?
Oh, that's a thing. That's a thing.
On actual television, Thoughts? Will. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah. How we doing?
Hey, Will, what are your
my eyes bother.
Let me see.
contacts?
Is it still red?
Oh, it's really red. Well, the jokes will write themselves, Will.
For everybody out there that wears contacts, do not sleep in your contacts.
Can I ask you a question? What do you think about the 5G cell tower that's right next to the 49ers facility?
I'd love to buy that stock, and it affects everything long term.
What?
Soft tissue issues, ligaments.
Does Jerry Rice have those issues?
Jerry Rice is built different.
Before this onslaught of injuries, how do you explain, I guess, that chunk of time before that they didn't have any of these issues and won 5 championships?
Wi-Fi has
They've been there
got
since
stronger.
'87.
That's a great question. There is a part of us that wants to try and get over there and try to do some investigative journalism.
That you guys have time for that. You don't have time for anything. You're at media night, clowning around, standing on each other to get these questions answered. You just, I believe, left a Mike Vrabel interview.
Yeah.
That'll be out today
You'll
at
be
2
dropping
p.m.
it
Central
on
Time.
YouTube, 2 p.m. Central Time. Okay. So you know when you are on a Zoom or you're on the phone or texting, but this is, now I get to see the redness of your eye, Will. You get to see what a specimen you've become. You get the vibe, right? The underlying.
Comes alive.
Yes.
So what is the stuff that we're not seeing? What is he like right now in person?
Honestly, we were in a group chat, and I just dropped an article in there because Stretch. What is his actual name? John Streicher.
John Streicher, yeah.
We just had this article.
Like from X-Men? That sounds like a guy from X-Men.
John Streicher, I believe his official title at the Patriots is secretary.
Okay.
And he is like essentially Vrabel's right-hand man. And so he's in the booth, like all these great calls that Vrabel makes. A lot of times that's Stretch being like, hey, you should throw a flag on that. You should call a timeout here. That's why they're so great at situational awareness. Obviously, Vrabel is great at that. But Stretch is like a crazy unkept secret.
Yeah, Stretch is the secret weapon behind Vrabel.
Yes.
There's this article that's diving into Stretch.
Okay.
Like meet the man Stretch. So I dropped the article in there, and we're kind of
nice.
busting his balls.
That's my Stretch.
All business. All business.
My Stretch. All business.
Yeah.
Great response, all well deserved. I feel like he's in a very like a perspective type grade.
Yes.
Really? What does that mean though? Like, because usually he's pretty.
Yeah, he seems like.
I knew you'd give me a good answer on
intense,
this.
Focused. Yeah, I feel like at times he zooms out.
Check.
The opportunity to make it to a Super Bowl, to make it to a playoff, like it doesn't come around often. I don't know. I feel like he's gotten a little bit of a soft spot over the years.
Do we like a soft spot for him?
I love it.
It doesn't feel like a soft spot to me. It feels like a level of balance and grounding that he has.
Really?
A lot of times, like when you walk into to meet with Vrabes, see Vrabes, it's a lot. You're dictated on what his mood is that day because it can be volatile at times.
Yeah.
And he walked in today, and there was a level of like confidence,
gratitude.
Yeah,
maybe?
gratitude. Yeah, he has this
Telling
like.
us how proud he
You could tell he's zoomed out a little bit. In
Really?
a moment, you can be so.
Hey,
focused.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daddy Braves. In a moment, you can be so zoomed into this one singular game. It seems like he's taking a step back and he's like, hey, make sure you guys do enjoy this moment. Make sure you take in the sights, the sounds, and everything. Because as much as he's experienced as a player, this is his first time as a coach. And being able to see the assistant coaches last night, it was so interesting. Like these guys I was with at the Titans, you could see their energy. So it's like, how do you find this balance of being so excited about the opportunity you have while also keeping it all business? It's very cool to see how they're
You boys
balancing.
have me feeling like they're going to win this game.
I think they're going to win.
You do?
I do.
You call. I don't know if I care about your opinion because
That's
he's
okay.
the one who called
Go ahead.
Seahawks Patriots before this started. No, I'm kidding.
I'm glad you brought that up. Right
I hadn't
before the
heard it
playoffs
before,
started,
just
like,
this
I
moment.
feel like it's going to be Seattle was always going to be hard to beat in Seattle. They're such a well-oiled machine, top to bottom, both offensively and defensively. And then New England, the way that they were kind of positioned in the playoffs, getting a couple home games, seeing like who's going to come out. It was eventually the Broncos. But then they had, they go out and they play against Bo Nix gets hurt. They have Stidham. I just felt like the way the Patriots are playing, because everybody was talking about their strength of schedule.
Right.
But they've been balling all year
So
long.
good.
They've handled any opponent. We were kind of busting Braves balls during the interview, talking about bringing up the strength of schedule.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, I don't make the schedule. We just play whoever they roll out there in front of us. But they've been playing in such a way to where you're not surprised that they've made it this far.
It's a can't miss interview. Such a